They always say she doesn't care, just move on. But what if I told you she does care? What if I told you right now her silence isn't confidence, it's fear? She's not ignoring you because she's moved on. She's quiet because she's waiting. She's waiting to see if you're still trapped, still desperate, still playing her game. And the second you make the wrong move, you prove her right. But today, that ends. If you're watching this, it's because you're done being played. You're done wasting your energy on someone who thrives on your reaction, and you're about to learn how silence, pure, calculated, controlled silence, becomes the ultimate power move. This is how you flip the script. This is how you make her question everything, and this is how you walk away with your power, your self-respect, and your dignity intact. This isn't just about relationships. This is about life, control, power, respect. It all comes down to one thing: how you react when someone tries to test you. So sit back, lock in, and pay attention, because by the time you finish this video, you'll never chase anyone again. And before we dive in, drop a comment. I will never chase again. Let the world know, let yourself know. Every day, millions of people fall into a familiar trap. Someone they care deeply about begins to pull away, growing distant, and suddenly their whole world shifts. They find themselves glued to their phone, constantly checking, endlessly overthinking every interaction, analyzing every word, every pause, and every silence. Each time, they do exactly what is expected of them. They react. This is precisely where the problem lies. Many modern relationships, whether we realize it or not, are built on hidden power dynamics. The moment you react, you willingly give up a piece of your control. The moment you start chasing, you inadvertently diminish your own value. And the moment you allow someone to clearly see how much their absence affects you, you hand them all the power and leverage they need. This explains why the most powerful people, whether in business, relationships, or life in general, rarely react impulsively. Instead, they observe, they adapt, and when someone attempts to play games, they do the one thing that changes everything: they go silent. That's the powerful strategy we're going to explore today. She is counting on you to react. Think about it. She begins to pull back, perhaps delaying her replies, becoming noticeably distant, cool, and suddenly less available. Maybe the routine good morning texts have stopped entirely, or plans that used to be easy to make are now consistently met with "I'm busy." Yet, despite this increasing distance, she'll still be present in your online world, watching your stories, making sure she's seen out having fun, looking great, all subtly designed for you to notice. What is she truly doing? She's setting a trap, waiting for that moment, that slight crack in your self-control. The instant you slip, even for a brief second, and send a message asking what's wrong, that's when she believes she has won. Because the very moment you react, she confirms her control. She knows she hasn't truly lost you. This realization empowers her to continue her game, relentlessly testing your limits, seeing how much of her absence you'll endure before you inevitably break. Most men, sadly, fall into this trap. They constantly check their phones, anxiously awaiting a text that never comes. They meticulously dissect every past conversation, desperate to pinpoint where they might have gone wrong. Panic sets in, the terrifying thought that if they don't act now, she'll be gone forever. So they reach out first, perhaps double texting, asking if she's all right, or even apologizing for things they haven't done. But this behavior doesn't earn her respect. Rather, it fulfills her expectations, and paradoxically, when she sees it, her interest often wanes. A woman typically engages in these push and pull games only with a man she hasn't fully committed to, someone she's still evaluating, someone she doesn't completely respect. She's looking to see if you are the kind of man who desperately needs her validation to feel complete. The second you inadvertently show her that you do, the dynamic shifts completely. At this point, she isn't just pulling back anymore, she's actively running, because you've just communicated in the clearest possible terms that her attention is your lifeline, and without it you would crumble. Women are not drawn to men who appear fragile. They are drawn to men who possess an inherent sense of self-worth, men who are unfazed by whether they choose to stay or go. She might be convinced she has you figured out, certain she's seen this scenario play out countless times before. She might fully expect you to react, to prove your worth, to actively try and pull her back into your life. But when none of that happens, when you don't react, when you embrace silence, when you unmistakably show her that her absence affects you not in the slightest, that's when a profound change begins within her. And that feeling, my friend, is doubt. Doubt is the powerful force that shatters her confidence. It's what compels her to question every assumption she made about you. Doubt makes her wonder, did I misjudge him? Is he actually moving on? Did I just lose a man who was truly worth keeping? And crucially, doubt is what ultimately brings her back. But here's a critical truth most men fail to grasp. By the time she finally realizes all of this, it's often too late. Because the man she was testing is no longer the man she once knew. That version of you, the one who would have chased, the one who would have crumbled under the oppressive weight of her silence, that man simply no longer exists. You have instead transformed into the very thing she fears the most, a man she cannot control. Your silence possesses a terrifying power that directly shatters her control. Think about why silence is so unsettling for most people. It's why we struggle with solitude, why social media thrives, and why we often fill our lives with constant distractions, all to avoid sitting in silence and truly confronting ourselves. When you choose to go silent, you effectively force her into that very uncomfortable space. She fully anticipated you would chase. She expected you to validate her, to constantly try and prove your worth. Now, however, the tables have turned. She's likely checking her phone far more often than you are, frantically searching for any glimmer of a sign that you still care. She's probably scrolling through your old texts, replaying your last conversations, desperately trying to pinpoint the exact moment she lost her emotional grip on you. She might even attempt to outwardly show indifference, posting pictures with other people, going out with friends, making sure you see her seemingly living her best life. But deep down, beneath that facade, she's waiting. She's waiting to see if her ploys worked, waiting to see if she still holds that undeniable sway over you. Yet, when no notification from you appears, when you offer no reaction, no attempt to pull her back, that's when genuine panic begins to set in. At this point, she's the one experiencing powerlessness. The same agonizing way you used to wait for her reply, she is now waiting for yours. That familiar tension you felt when she took too long to respond, she's feeling it now. The constant questioning you endured about whether she was losing interest, she's now grappling with the unnerving possibility that you might already be truly gone. And that raw, primal fear, that fear is what eventually brings her back. But this is precisely where most men make a crucial, common mistake. She'll send a text, something deliberately casual, simple, vague, designed purely to see if you'll take the bait. She won't explicitly say she misses you, she won't admit she was wrong, and she certainly won't apologize. Instead, it will be something safe, like, "Hey, hope you're doing good, how have you been?" This innocuous message is the ultimate test, and tragically, most men fail it. They see the text, their hearts immediately race, and they mistakenly believe, this is it. This is the moment she realized her mistake. They reply within seconds, eager to reignite the conversation, convinced they've won. However, the moment she sees that lightning-fast reply, she immediately knows she still has you. Just like that, she disappears again. Because the truth is, she wasn't actually coming back for you. She was coming back for her own ego. She simply needed confirmation that you were still waiting, and now that she knows, she feels no further need to communicate. That's why the strongest, most impactful response in such a situation is, in fact, no response at all. If she genuinely desires to return, she will invest real effort. She won't settle for sending a lazy, ambiguous text. She will make her regret clear, explicitly acknowledging what she lost. Until that level of sincere effort appears, maintain your silence. Because silence is the fertile ground where doubt grows, and doubt, ultimately, is what compels her to chase. And here's the most empowering part. By the time she's finally ready to truly chase, you've likely already moved on. You no longer require her validation because you've meticulously built your life without her. You've refocused on yourself, cultivating a stronger mindset, recognizing your inherent value, and building a level of confidence that no longer relies on her presence. By the time she fully grasps what she truly lost, by the time she's finally ready to make the effort she never did before, by the time she genuinely wants to prove herself to you, she's too late. Because by then, she's the one chasing a ghost. She had always believed she held all the cards, that you would endlessly be there, waiting, hoping, lingering on the periphery of her attention, ready to respond to even the faintest indication that she might still care. She had convinced herself that no matter what she did, no matter how long she ignored you, or how many tests she threw your way, you would remain available. But now, that silence from you is deafening. Something fundamental begins to shift deep inside her, a subtle, creeping doubt that's almost imperceptible at first but steadily grows. It starts as a simple thought, why hasn't he reached out? a flicker of curiosity. This flicker soon intensifies into tension as she wonders, has he actually moved on? Eventually, that tension morphs into something even more potent. Was I completely wrong about him? And this realization escalates into full-blown fear. Fear that she miscalculated, fear that she presumed too much, fear that she has lost her firm grip on control. Few things rattle a woman more profoundly than the chilling realization that she might have carelessly let something truly valuable slip through her fingers. In her experience, men are often predictable. She expects that if she pulls away, the natural, almost automatic response is for you to chase harder. She expects you to fight for her, to plead, to desperately try to make things right. But you didn't. You remained silent. You completely removed your presence, offering her something she genuinely never anticipated: the unknown. The unknown is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful forces in the world. When something is uncertain, it has a way of consuming our every thought. It's the same psychological pull that makes us unable to resist checking our phones while awaiting a crucial response, or why cliffhangers in movies keep audiences utterly captivated. The human mind simply abhors unanswered questions, and now she is the one relentlessly searching for those answers. She starts scrutinizing your social media not just occasionally, but with an increasing obsessiveness. She's checking to see if you're online, scanning for any changes, new pictures, new connections, any shift in your energy. She might not engage with your posts, but rest assured, she is watching. She might not send a text, but she is certainly thinking. And the longer your silence persists, the deeper that doubt cuts into her once solid confidence. She might turn to her friends, the very ones who once confidently assured her, "He'll come back," they always do. The same ones who perhaps joked about you being just another guy, unable to resist her charm. But now, even they are beginning to wonder, because the longer you continue without reacting, the more undeniable it becomes. You simply don't need her anymore, and that revelation, that terrifies her. The power dynamic has definitively shifted. Now she is the one questioning herself, and few things cause a woman to spiral faster than pervasive self-doubt. She'll start replaying every interaction in her head, meticulously searching for where she might have gone wrong. The last text she sent, the last time you saw each other, the final conversation you shared. Everything begins to look distinctly different in her mind. And the more she dissects it, the more she starts to confront a truth she never wanted to admit. She took you for granted. She presumed she had you locked in, assuming she could always return whenever she was ready. She mistakenly believed you were just like every other man before you, desperate for her validation. But now she's no longer so sure. This creeping doubt doesn't stay confined to her thoughts. It begins to spill over into her actions. Suddenly, she'll start subtly testing the waters. Her pride likely won't allow her to outright say she misses you, but she'll begin doing small, calculated things, throwing out subtle signals, actively looking for any indication that she still has an open channel to you. She might like an old picture, send a casual, non-committal text, or comment on something random. Perhaps she'll even accidentally send a message intended for someone else, all just to provoke a response from you. And the weak man, unfortunately, takes the bait. He sees this small breadcrumb and eagerly pounces, convinced, this is it, this is the moment she realizes she wants me back. But the second he reaches out, the moment he gives her even the smallest sign that he's still waiting, she pulls back again, because at that instant, she has her answer. She didn't actually want to genuinely come back. She merely needed to confirm that she could. She simply needed to reassure herself that you were still within reach, that you still cared, that you were still a viable option. The moment she confirms this, she disappears once more, because it was never truly about you. It was always about her control. This is where most men tragically lose. They allow their doubts to break them, mistaking her mere curiosity for genuine interest. They wrongly assume that just because she's watching, it means she's ready to commit to coming back. But watching is not chasing. Liking a post is not regretting a loss. Sending a casual text is not valuing you. A woman who genuinely regrets losing you doesn't send breadcrumbs. She makes her intentions abundantly clear. She doesn't send a random "hey." She declares, "I made a mistake." She doesn't merely like your post. She tells you directly that she misses you. She doesn't just passively wait for your reply. She actively fights for your attention. And until that profound level of effort manifests, maintain your silence. Because silence is what fuels her questioning, and that questioning is ultimately what compels her to chase. Even better, that persistent questioning is what truly sets you free. Because by the time she's ready to honestly admit she was wrong, by the time she musters the courage to reach out and speak her truth, by the time she finally lets go of her own pride, you will have already definitively moved on. Throughout this entire period, while she was preoccupied with self-doubt, searching for answers, and battling her own mind, trying to ascertain if she had made a grave mistake, you were busy building yourself. You were focusing intently on your own growth, hitting the gym, tirelessly working on your goals, and leveling up in every conceivable way. You weren't sitting around, idly waiting for her to decide if you were worthy of her time. You had already become untouchable, and that truly is the biggest regret she will ever feel. Not just losing you, but losing the evolved, more powerful version of you she never even got the chance to meet. She fundamentally dislikes this feeling. She despises feeling like she has lost, like she miscalculated, like she made a crucial mistake, like she allowed something valuable to simply walk away. In her own mind, she believed she was in complete control, the sole director of how things would unfold. She was certain that by pulling back and creating distance, you would predictably react. You would be the one frantically trying to fix things, desperate to win her back, striving to prove your continued interest. That was her carefully constructed plan. But then, something entirely unexpected happened. You vanished. And that disappearance, that truly shakes her. It penetrates her mind in a way nothing else can, sowing deep seeds of uncertainty. Uncertainty is the one state she cannot tolerate, because it means she no longer knows where she stands with you. It means she no longer holds an emotional grip over you. It means, startlingly, that she might have genuinely lost you. And that most certainly was never part of her grand design. She had operated under the assumption that she had ample time, believing she could test the waters, see if you would chase, and keep you lingering just enough to confirm your perpetual presence. However, the longer your silence persists, the more acutely she begins to feel the full weight of her own past decisions. The absence of your attention starts to weigh heavily on her, and what happens when people deeply feel the absence of something they thought they could always easily reclaim? They panic. Yet she won't simply come out and admit it. She won't call you to confess her regret or send a lengthy emotional apology for how she treated you. Such actions would imply surrendering control, admitting defeat. Instead, she'll revert to testing you because in her mind, there's one burning question she absolutely needs answered. Do you still care? This is where her initial tests emerge, often subtly. Perhaps she starts watching your social media stories again, or likes an old picture of yours, or sends a small, vague, and ostensibly safe text message, such as, "Hey, hope you're doing well, just saw something that reminded me of you." It's nothing direct, nothing overtly obvious, but it is undeniably a test. She's trying to gauge your reaction, to see if you're still emotionally available, still waiting, still under her sway. And the weak man unfortunately takes the bait every time. He sees the message, his heart leaps, and he replies almost instantly. He convinces himself, this is it. This is the moment she realizes she wants me back. But the second she witnesses his swift response, she immediately knows she never truly lost him. She understands that she can have him whenever she desires, confirming that she was never in any real danger of losing him in the first place. And just like that, she disappears once more. Because it was never genuinely about missing him. It was solely about reaffirming her power over him. However, if you don't react, if you leave her message unread or simply don't take the bait, that's when a more profound panic truly sets in. She now has no answers. She doesn't know what's transpiring in your mind, and she truly feels the profound sting of loss. So she tries again, escalating her efforts. Perhaps she sends another message, this time slightly longer, perhaps invoking a shared memory she knows will evoke an emotional response. She might craft an indirect social media post specifically designed to elicit a reaction from you, or even go further by engaging with other guys, all just to see if you'll bite. She will employ every tactic she can to force a reaction out of you, because a reaction signifies that she still wields influence over you, that she can still draw you back into her orbit whenever she pleases. But here is precisely where you secure your victory. You don't react. You don't reply. You refuse to engage in her manipulative game because you understand exactly what she's doing. You know this isn't about her genuinely wanting to mend things or truly valuing you. You understand that this is entirely about her pride, her ego, and her insatiable need for validation, and that you will never grant her again. Because the very moment you cease to be her emotional safety net, the precise moment she genuinely feels she has lost you, is the moment she is forced to make a profound decision. Does she actively fight for you, or does she accept that you are irrevocably gone? And here's the stark truth. If she was never truly invested in you from the outset, she will indeed walk away and never return, because she never truly regarded you as hers. She simply enjoyed the knowledge that she could have you. But if she truly regrets losing you, if she sincerely realizes she made a grave mistake, if she comes to terms with the fact that she allowed a valuable man to slip through her fingers, she won't send vague breadcrumbs. She won't send an ambiguous text or post indirect hints. She will show up. She will make her regret absolutely clear. She will tell you directly. She will fight for your attention with the same intensity you once fought for hers. And when that monumental effort occurs, you hold all the power. You get to decide if she's worth allowing back into your life. You get to decide if she has genuinely earned another chance. You get to decide if you even desire her presence in your life anymore. Because by the time she reaches that desperate point, by the time she is compelled enough to actually prove herself to you, you will have already decisively moved on. And that, in essence, is the biggest lesson of all. The moment you cease chasing, the moment you withdraw your precious attention, the moment you refuse to play by her rules, you magically become the very man she was secretly seeking all along. But by the time she truly realizes this, you are already gone. That, my friend, is what true power looks like. That is what genuine self-respect embodies. And that is why she will never, ever forget you. Everything profoundly changes the moment you master emotional detachment. Truly, everything. The instant you stop seeking approval, the moment you cease chasing, the moment you abandon the need to constantly convince her of your worth, you transform into something most people will never achieve, truly free. Detachment isn't just a coping mechanism. It is, in fact, the highest form of power. It marks the fundamental difference between men who bravely forge their own paths and live on their own terms, and men who spend their entire lives merely reacting to the emotions and whims of others. It is the defining skill that distinguishes those who successfully manifest their desires from life, from those who are perpetually left wondering why nothing ever seems to work out for them. This isn't just a small adjustment, it's a profound mindset shift that turns a man from someone constantly controlled into someone who controls his entire world. If you fail to master this crucial skill, you will inevitably remain at the mercy of someone else's decisions. You will consistently be that guy glued to his phone, anxiously waiting for her response. You will always be the man consumed by anxiety because she suddenly decided to pull back. You will forever be the one agonizing, "What did I do wrong?" All while she is out there living her life, completely unbothered. She isn't overthinking, you are. She isn't obsessing, you are. She isn't suffering, you are. And why? Because you have been conditioned, perhaps subtly, to believe that the only way to validate your worth is by getting her back, by winning her over. But here is the brutal, liberating truth. You don't need to get her back. You don't need to win her over. You don't need to prove a single thing to anyone. What you truly need, more than anything else, is to let her go. Because the very moment you genuinely do that, you reclaim every single ounce of power that you had inadvertently relinquished. Women are not drawn to men who are emotionally weak. They do not chase men who are desperate or men who are constantly seeking their validation. Instead, they are powerfully attracted to strength, to unwavering certainty, to the man who demonstrably doesn't need them. Because the precise moment you no longer need her, you become an intriguing challenge. You become something inherently rare and valuable. You become the man she profoundly regrets losing. Not the man she comfortably walked away from, not the man who desperately begged for another chance, not the man who relentlessly sent texts hoping for a response. No, you become the man who bravely walked away and never ever looked back. That is the man who will consume her thoughts when she's alone at night. That is the man to whom she will subconsciously compare every future guy she meets. That is the man she will wonder what if about for the rest of her life. Yet by the time she arrives at this profound realization, you are already long gone. This, my friend, is the entire essence of emotional detachment. Not to engage in manipulative games or schemes, but to unequivocally demonstrate to yourself that you don't require her validation to feel utterly complete and whole. Most men, unfortunately, navigate their lives constantly seeking external approval. They crave for someone else to tell them they are enough. They long for someone to confirm their inherent worth. They yearn for someone to tell them they are valuable. But what transformative shifts occur when you cease chasing external validation? What happens when you no longer need anyone else to affirm that you are sufficient, perfectly complete, just as you are? What happens when you look in the mirror and finally realize that you already possess every single thing you need, deep within yourself? That precisely is when your entire world dramatically shifts. That's when people instinctively begin to respect you differently. That's when you cease being merely an option and unequivocally become the choice. Because the man who doesn't need her validation is precisely the man she wants the most. The man who isn't overtly seeking attention is ironically the man who receives the most attention. The man who is in absolute control of his own emotions is the man who commands respect in every room he enters. And here's the most empowering aspect. Once you truly master emotional detachment, its benefits extend far beyond just her or romantic relationships. It influences everything, every relationship, every friendship, every business deal, every single interaction you will ever have in your life transforms. Because when people come to understand that they cannot rattle you, that they cannot control you, that they cannot emotionally manipulate you into their petty games, they start treating you with an entirely different, much higher level of respect. They begin to see you as someone truly to be valued. They start recognizing that you are fundamentally different from virtually every other person they've encountered, and they will desperately want to retain that connection. In today's often chaotic world, many people are emotionally fragile. Many are constantly chasing, many are desperate for fleeting attention, many are fundamentally reliant on someone else to validate their existence. But not you, because you have meticulously mastered emotional detachment, and that fundamentally renders you untouchable. This isn't simply about relationships, it's not merely about dating. This is about true power, the formidable power to walk away, the profound power to command your own emotions, the absolute power to live your life on your own terms, entirely free from the need for anyone else's approval. Most men will sadly never attain that level of power. They will forever be trapped in the exhausting cycle of seeking validation. They will perpetually be controlled by their fluctuating emotions. They will constantly be reacting instead of confidently leading their own lives. But the moment you consciously choose to detach, the moment you decide to stop playing by her rules, the moment you declare that you require no one else's validation to feel utterly worthy, that's the precise moment you fully step into becoming the powerful man you were always destined to be. And the most incredible part? By the time she eventually realizes what she truly lost, by the time she profoundly regrets walking away, by the time she is finally genuinely ready to chase you, you won't even care anymore. That is the true, ultimate victory. Because the real prize was never her fleeting attention. The real prize was the exceptional man you became when you courageously stopped seeking it. If you're ready to become truly untouchable, if you're ready to seize complete control of your life, if you're ready to embody the man who never needs validation from anyone, then subscribe right now. Support this channel because by doing so, you're actively helping millions of people break free from the limiting mindsets that keep them weak. And before you go, I want every single one of you to comment, "I am untouchable." Write it, type it, own it, because from this very moment forward, that is exactly who you are.